He gets it. No, let it go.
Yellow.
Oh, Saunders back in the pack. Takes sponsor. Donovan's in it. Sean English is in it. Oh my God, are you? Caution! No way. Or he's gonna dive bomb him. Here he goes. He's gonna try a bomb. All the way to his bumper. Can he shove him? Can't do it. Dylan is gonna win it here in Iowa. Bump and run! Oh, he's done this before!
Bump and run, the 61 to the inside. Can he make it work? He's got it.
The inside of the O2, he's sliding! Oh, Burrows is around! Oh, the wrecking right in front of him, that's Mogren.
Jones is a great run on the high side.
Drive off the corner and...
They're gonna be side by side, this is gonna be a photo finish, 3 wide out the wire, and that's the stripe, it's gonna be Ruggles! Oh my God, what a finish! iSCAR's in. We're up and away.
Green.
Green flag.
61, Dominic Howell.
Oh, he gets hooked! Oh my God! Hard as the wall! Track on the start finish line. Who comes out on top?
Dallas Myhan wins.
Dallas Myhan wins it! What? Make quick work of that number 9 of Eric Andrews. Andrews washes up the racetrack. Oh, let's go! Oh no! Oh! They're gonna be wrecking! That's the big one! Oh my God! Connor's involved! They're still wrecking! Welcome you here live for the Sonoma 113 iSCAR TSP Cup Series Sonoma Raceway. Gonna duke it out here on the California circuit. For now, just joining us here for this one, we only have 17 drivers here for this this race, so a fairly small field for tonight, but still should provide a lot of action through the racetrack. Standing is going to be shown on the left-hand side of the screen. Falkingham currently leads practice over Nate Stewart in that number 13 machine, but we'll have to see on how everything will situate once we do take the green flag in about 5 minutes from now. So, otherwise than that, yeah, we'll go ahead and get into it. Race analysis is going to be shown on your screen. Do not know what the pit window is, so that's going to be in question how this is going to be settling in for tonight. 45 laps for this one, but length 113 miles in length. Pit road speed is around, I think, 45 miles per hour, but I might be wrong. We're gonna slide yourself to the side, play the national anthem, rise up, remove your hats as we salute our nation's colors. iSCAR TSP Cup Series, Sonoma 113, getting set to go green here momentarily. Currently under qualifying conditions, under green, as drivers take their lap around the racetrack to set the fastest time. So, as I said, not a lot of drivers in tonight's field. So, as we set ourselves up for this green flag, it should be interesting on how many drivers are left at the end of this, since we only have 17 out here for this one. Some drivers flip around the race. Nate Stewart. Steve McGo joined in late at number 78. Dylan Basin. Actually one of the running up. One of the drivers are forward to see perform out here tonight. Nick Miller as well in the 9. It's like Falky, I'm electing not to qualify. The 13 is. So. Yeah. There's Basin as he works himself down through the corners, through the guesses. This is the long version of Sonoma. So, lengthier, obviously, track-wise. We'll go ahead and slide in with the onboard of Dylan Basin. Alright, heads himself into turn number 1 and 2. Actually, this is turn number 2. Down turn 3, and turn 3A on the top of the hill. All the way to the downhill. Here's one passing zone that's opened up. It's turn 4. Slowly guiding himself through into turn number 5, and there's a blinding corner right here in the carousel. This is turn 6. Right up against the yellow line as he works himself down right up off the corner. Braking at the billboards into turns number 7. Using up as much track as he can. Trips himself down through turns number 8, 8A. Into turns number 9. Sweeping left-hander into turn 10. Downshifts it all the way down, I think, to first. So you hear the wheel hop into turn 11. After that, the upcoming corner is turn 12. So Basin does not log in the lap. Log his second lap. So that's unfortunate for him, but here we go. Setting ourselves up for the green flag here momentarily. Starting order going to be displayed in front of your screen. Nate Stewart going to be up top. Derek M. Smith in the 66 going to be in second place. Dylan Basin going to be in P3. Nick Miller going to be P4. Aaron Mulrooney P5. Sean Leisure going to be right beside of him. Matthew Klein making his return here tonight. Daniel Falkingham alongside of him as well. Josh Patterson, William Schmidt, 02 and 79. Ryan Kwan, Eric Stamp going to round out row number 6. Row number 7, Grayson Trexler, Nick Indelicato. Indelicato also making his return here tonight. Michael Maggio and Stevie McGo round out row number 8. Row number 9 going to be Justin Johnson, Joseph Costello. That'll be it for this one. So I think 18 drivers going to be here for this tonight's rundown all the way to the finish. So just waiting for first and second to grid himself up. That'd be Derek M. Smith, one of the fastest people. The racetrack, he did nearly pick up CTMP, but we're here on a different road course. We'll have to see on how he functions tonight. There's your pole sitter right in front of your screen as they work themselves through. It's Nate Stewart, number 13. It's at 2.5 miles, 2.53 in length. Pretty sure all these drivers, you know, have a bit of leverage on how they could interpret here for tonight's rundown all the way to the checkered flag. Ourselves down through the famed carousel. Here's another huge braking zone. Got off. Through the final set of S's. Final corner, so here we go, setting ourselves up here for this one. Your pace car is on the pit road as the cones get killed to the start-finish line. The number 13 and Nate Stewart are going to lead the field to the start. And here we go from Sonoma. 45 laps going to go up and away. Green flag is out, and we're up and away here at Sonoma. And 18 drivers barrel into the turns as Nick Miller gets real loose in the midst of that action. Into turns number 1. Lots of action. Look at the door banging as Falkingham in the 39 wants to make himself through. Not really going anywhere because of it. The 02 Patterson nearly gets into the 39, but meanwhile up front, looking for the charge for the lead. Derek M. Smith is really pushing the pressure, putting the pressure. On 13, just 66 putting the pressure on 13. As they head through the corner. Oh man, nearly a spin right there as I don't even know who was that who got real sideways, but dude lose multiple spots because of it. That looks to be the 67 of Sean Leisure, nearly losing it right up off the corner, but keeps himself out on the racetrack. We still are green as you see some passes being made in the background. The 54 goes to the low side of 28, near contact between the two as the 28 gets loose right up off. Right now, the showing the way, Nate Stewart, the 13, and Derek M. Smith, who's real sideways right there. Mulrooney locks up the tires on entry. Right up off Falkingham, already making himself into P5. He wants to make the challenge forward. As we do have a car off track, that looks to be Michael DeMaggio on the 3. 78 of Steve McGo is going to come up on him in a hurry. He's going to whip himself around. McGo's going to go ahead and pass him. And some more trouble as the, 28 Ryan Kwan. Yeah, that is most likely going to be racing and ending damage for him. We'll see what happened to the 28 as he worked himself off the corner. Oh, just got loose. Hit the 33 in the process. That's Justin Johnson. Johnson obviously has a lot of front end damage now, and I think that car is going to function. So first DNF of the day, going to go to the 28, Brian Kwan. The battles on your screen. Looks like a 4-car train right here behind. Looks like that's the hoop. That's number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney leading this pack as they work themselves into turn 11. Everybody just about nose to tail as you see the 9 and Nick Miller, who started himself there with the front. Not really going anywhere as of right now. Sean Leisure putting the pressure. 67. Whoa, got a spin, and Mulrooney goes around. See what happened to him. At number 2. Mulrooney goes for a spin to the uphill. He was running toward the front in 02. Patterson just comes out of nowhere, merges into him. Probably accidental contact between the two, but there was definitely some huge net code between them. As Patterson's still blinking out. I really don't know where he is now, but up front. In the meantime, Falkingham has worked himself into 3rd place. Battle here as Costello, Stamp, Trexler, wiping himself to the low side. It's a 33 of Justin Johnson who wants to work himself through as well. We're not really going to go anywhere with it. Nope. Stall gets loose. And here comes a 54 to the low side. They're going to make contact as, uh-oh! Into the tires goes the 54. Grayson Trexler. Wow. A lot of contact being led to up to that as the 54 is sort of stalled. But We'll see it again. Looks like Costello just came down in the 54. There was definitely room between the both, but Costello getting, I mean, Chester getting the worst end of that. There he is. Let go that number 13. It's top 3 within at least 4 seconds of each other, which was actually fairly close up to right now. Looking right behind, 96, Nick and Delicato going to work himself to the low side. And Delicato puts himself in P5. The O2 of Patterson slowly trucking up and away as they battle for P4. I mean P5. Base, excuse me. 67 at leisure. Running P7 as of right now. But battling right behind as Mulrooney still losing. Still trying to regain what he can. At number 2. Yeah, all eyes are on the. All eyes are on that leader. Set the camera in auto and see if anything gets caught on the camera now, but pretty sure everybody's going to be coasting along unless something major happens, of course, being there being a wreck or something. Oh, Basin is sideways, keeps us all straight. But he's going to lose a spot to the O2, Josh Patterson, who now works himself back into P5. So a bad slip up by that O2. I mean, a bad slip up by Dylan Basin. It's going to cost him that position. It's a nice save by the O32 as you see the not 3 Mulrooney, but 3 DiMaggio. Just moving out of the way of the leaders. You do have one car stopped on the racetrack. That's the 26. Matthew Klein getting himself back going. We're going to see what happened to him. Klein running P15 as of right now. Number 26. And it looks like, oh, just overcooked the corner. Car's loose, got it sideways, and the leader was, of course, way far of him. Matthew Klein, again, making his return here tonight, just floating around as right now. Everybody doing their best to log in as many laps as they can before they fly off the track, I guess you could say. Still 17 cars on the racetrack after the big wreck with Ryan Kwan. Brings us on the front straightaway. Look at that. Got a pass for P2, and looks like the 39 at Falkingham has worked himself around the 66. We'll see how he did it here. Looks like the 66 is Derek M. Smith. Overcooked the corner. Opened the door for the 39 all the way to the bottom of the racetrack. It looks like Derek just let him by, so. Falkingham now in P2. And he's looking to challenge for that lead soon. Stewart has led 7 laps this whole entire race. got one car stopped? Oh. Yeah. What's that? Matthew Klein. Unfortunate to him. Things just gone bad to worse for Matthew Klein, getting loose into the carousel, and around he goes. Got stuck on the banking, or he's wedged in the banking. Got another car also in trouble. That's the 3 of, oh man, Micah DiMaggio and Eric Stamp sort of both getting in together, and what the heck was that? Not sure. It's like Stamp obviously displeased with the contact, but Stamp was running in P10 at the time, but I don't know. It looks like wrong. Oh man, 03 Stamp just overcooked the corner as well as the 3. Both of them made contact, and 3 just tried to whip it off the corner, and Stamp got into him, and Stamp now missing a whole front end. Yeah, that's not going to go in place for him. Stamp has to be mindful of his car now, or else his day is going to be done for. 3 DiMaggio going to be a DNF. Oh, got a car around. That's the 006. I mean, the 060. That was just for Costello. Fortunate for him. Looks like just we'll get a closer look at it right here. Costello. Oh, caught the car around, and you see Stephen McGo just working himself to the inside, but Costello just loses it right up off and turns it sideways and exits out as Nate Stewart came up on him. So no harm, no foul with Costello, but right now, the driver's looking very antsy here for this first beginning of the run. Matthew Klein gets himself back onto the racing surface, goes 2 down. He's number 26, keeping himself on the racetrack as of right now. And focusing on the battle for the lead. It's heating up between the top 2. Here comes Falkingham. The gap is less than a second between the top 2. Sean Leeser in the 67 looks like going to be a DNF for him. We're going to see what happened. So that's number 67. If we could find him on the racetrack. There he is. And, ooh. Looks like a lot of people having trouble in the carousel. And just exit out of the session right there. He's just going to call it a day mid-spin. Stevie McGo in the number 78. There he is. Matthew Klein back on pit road for some reason. And, ooh. Yeah, hit the wall in the process. Klein course, not having a great day. And car got sideways and slapped it into the barrier. Klein's day goes back to the garage. Does keep himself in the session though. So if he does log in a lap, we'll pass the 67 of Sean Leisure. But still up front, Nate Stewart's holding off that 39 of Falkingham. Whoa! Falkingham really overcooking the corners. Stewart's also sideways. The drivers obviously upset with the car. This thing is all over the place with them. Oh man, 39 of Falkingham still loose. That's just allowing Stewart to just pull away through the rolling through the corner. We got him on 33 of Justin Johnson here momentarily. But Falkingham is there. Working through the yeses as he himself through. Falkingham has another chance. Looks like Stewart is just still maintaining his ground. I think this thing is going to come down to pit stops and how these drivers are going to interpret. They're coming up on the 33 of Justin Johnson. He needs to move out of the way of the leader here soon as he overshoots the corner, getting out of the way of the 13 and 39 respectively. Falkingham just too sideways through the carousel. He needs to roll it through rather than attempting to turn the car down into the corner all the way to the bottom. It seems as though all these drivers are liking how this tire model is just working out to them. Working out for them, at least. Seems that Stewart's better with wider corners rather than Falkingham. Falkingham is more of a precise driver, nailing his corners down through the S's and such, but Nate is really, really good before and after the carousel. That's making him the difference, especially here in a 1, but Falkingham's coming back. He slipped up as he tried to drive to the entry in the corner. Stamp gonna go 1 down. slip off the corner. Walkham's there, but I mean, the gap is now pulling forward for Nate Stewart's advantage. These two drivers are close on iRating, as Falkingham really cooking it into the 11. Falkingham. 1776 is iRating for road. Nate Stewart 1780. So these drivers are separated by 4 pieces of iRating. An update on the DNF score. Looks like William Schmidt has fallen, unfortunately, in that number 79. We're gonna scroll through and around and see what happened to that number 79, but I think it's too far back to really see through. But William's day is done for. Stewart now pulling himself forward. Gap now in just about a second between the two. Of course, it's fluctuating as the tighter the corner, the smaller the gap. The broader the corner, the wider the gap. Whoa, the 0-2 of Patterson really sideways up off 11. Keeps himself on the racetrack. Here we go, battle for the lead, and this is the closest Falkingham's been into the carousel. He's going to challenge to the inside, try to make something happen, and Nate, see if he can get a run through. They're going to be side by side. And Falkingham working the bottom side of the racetrack, but Stewart has a line up off of exit. Still keeps it up front, the 13. Still pulling forward as of right now. Here we go, Falkingham. And this is the closest he's come into 11 as the 13 slips just a slight, and here comes Falkingham. Oh, man, still slipping. Work through the corner. 13, Nate Stewart trying to do his best to keep himself and be as defensive as he can. Falkingham to the backside of Nate, or at least trying to. Matthew Klein just going to DC. Looks like Klein's day is done for. So now we're left with 12 cars on the racetrack now. Still a close battle up front. The gap between 4th and 5th is the second closest, but still Nate is just trying to get himself in check. We're coming up on pit stops here shortly, though. Top two keeping it as entertaining as they can. Derek just slipped a little. Third through 5th is just about 30 seconds behind these top two, so it's a close battle also for 3rd. As you see, Falkingham really overshoots the corner, and that might have blew him a chance at the lead, so he's going to have to regain, probably coming for pit stops or something like that. Get a nice battle here for 10th place as Stamp, his car obviously torn all sorts of pieces, as well as the 33 Justin Johnson. Stephen McGo in the meantime just sort of floating around, trying to pull up on this battle as well. So we'll pull him back on the focus for the lead. The gap is closing just slightly. You lose some, you gain some, and Falkingham having a bit of trouble getting the power down, finding some grip on the rear end, but you can really drive it in deep, or have the tires worn off on that car too much. This time was fluctuating, and here we go. Pit stop's going to open up. The 78 Stephen McGo going to come on in. Falkingham still within grasp of the 13's lead, but they're coming up on some lap traffic. The 33, Justin Johnson, 54, Grayson Trexler. way soon. Really overshoots it, and here comes the 39 of Falkingham to the low side by side for the lead. 3 wide as they work around the 33. It's going to be close to the start finish line. Looks like the 13 got loose, but Nate's still keeping in check forward. Pulls himself through on the low side. Both of them got really sideways as it came up on the 33, but here we go. Doors are opening up for the 39 to take advantage. Oh, Derek M. Smith's around. And that's going to lose him. Oh, man, the 0-2 of Patterson gets off track because of 66. Overshot it. We'll see what happens to the 66 of Derek M. Smith. And it looks like just overcooked the entry into the corner. Around. Want that number 66. See it again right here from the chopper cam. Trying to float himself through, and around he went. That closed the gap between those two people. Delicato, also a DNF out of nowhere. You know what happened in the 96. Have to keep in touch in him around, but still, it's anybody's race as of right now, but. This being a road course, anything could happen. Unless if you keep yourself on the racetrack. Falkingham peeking to the low. He's close to the 13. Nodding in out the entry. Doesn't want to take the chance to go ahead and duke out with the 13 as Stewart, but just Daniel and Stewart just following each other as of right now. The pit window is open. Did have a couple people hit pit road. Speaking of which, the 66 of Derek M. Smith gonna hit pit road this time by. Started in second, fell to third before he came on in. There's Patterson in the 0-2. Make something of it, but if these people pit on 21, they're gonna push it all the way to lap number 44. No, 42. So they're going to have to pit with at least 3 to go. Maybe if you want to take the chance, go with a one-stop strategy. I guess you could stretch it to 22 if you can. One less pit stop could make a huge difference. More drivers hitting pit road. Eric Stamp in the 09. Here to come on in. His machine obviously torn, battered, all sorts of pieces, but still surviving on the racetrack. Plugs himself on in. Pretty sure 4 tires on that machine and he's gone. Justin Johnson in the 33 is also in, coming in from P10, started all the way back in 17th place. 4 tires on him. He's a go through. He's gonna go. I think Stamp took tires. Still up front, it's Stewart and Falkingham, and they've been within a second of each other. Falkingham is caught, but he's just slipping too much. Trying to make the right moves, but Stewart, if he keeps himself up front for at least 8 more laps, will actually lock in a bonus point for most laps led. So we'll see if he likes to stay out. Stretch the field run, but looks like it's going to be a one-stop strategy between these two. Because if they could stretch it to 23, they could make it all the way to 46. So a one-stop strategy going to be pulled by these two drivers right here. Nate Stewart and Daniel Falkingham. They got to save as much fuel as they can, excuse me. Still, it's Stewart and Falkingham. The only battle we're watching between, but Derek M. Smith and Nick Miller. Close racing right here between these two. Miller electing to go with a one-stop strategy, while in the meantime, the 66 of Derek M. Smith just came down pit road 2 laps ago. And looks like Miller's just gonna let him by. I'm slowly falling off. I got brewed to a second in a lap. Oh, that's a huge hit as a 13 just about ramped over. Well, he did ramp over the rumble strip. Trying to use up as much track as he can. And he flung that 13 in the air. Getting through the corner. Here he is, gonna go on to pit road. Falkingham gonna elect to stay out. And we'll see how the strategies will play out as Stewart's gonna get fresher tires first before Falkingham. Would that be the strategy? Is that going to be the strategy that wins him the race or loses him it? So Falkingham, since he's staying out to lead a lap, that adds a bonus point to his resume. We'll see if he can pull himself forward. Here coming toward the end. There's your leader. In and out for him. Nate Stewart up and away. The two Mulrooney also on pit road. Going to take a lengthy stop. Probably repairing damage as he pulls himself away. Get to see 2 more drivers hit pit road. Greason Trexler, Daniel Falkingham being one of them, and the 9 and Nick Miller. As one car flickered down off the chart, and that would be the number 9 and Nick Miller, who's now going to make himself on the pit road. Pretty sure it's just going to be 4 tires for him. Fill it all the way up. The one-stop strategy. He's going to go up and away. On a pit road for him. In and out he goes. And there's your leader, Daniel Falkingham. Working himself on a pit road. Clean car all day. Slides himself on in. Has been running up in the top 5 most of the race. Was battling up with a 13 and 8 Stewart who pitted 1 lap earlier. 4 fresh tires for him. Tank full of Sunoco fuel. And away he goes. For that number 39 of Daniel Falkingham. A lengthy stop for him. That's a 20-second stop. He must have had some kind of issue. But a really lengthy stop. And those valuable seconds has, in the meantime, made the 13 pull away at least by 4 seconds. And Falkingham has to wait for all the tires to go his way. This time we hit 20 to go. Still 11 cars on the lead on the racetrack as of right now, so about half of the field has been eliminated from competition. Some drivers back on pit road out of nowhere. Justin Johnson taking a lengthy stop on in, as well as the 78 Stephen McGough. Looks like they're just repairing some damage on pit road as well. '26, I mean the 54 Grayson trucks are again yet to pit. Probably might come in next time by or in a couple next lap. Interesting how he's stretching it all the way down to 26 to make sure he can make it all the way to the end. Does that mean the rest of those drivers out on the racetrack pitted a bit earlier than them? They stretch it all the way. Now looks like Truckster's gonna stay himself out on the racetrack. There is your leader versus second place of Falkingham. Obviously a massive gap between the two. So nothing gonna happen between there, so we'll just let the camera roll. Oh, Derek's in the wall. Holy crap. Derek M. Smith, and Patterson's going to pass him in the process because of that. Derek has a ton of damage on that machine. Get a replay of what happened, and wow, it came out of the blue. And oh, he nailed the wall. Like he drilled it. Derek's day just went down the drain because of that. That car's not going to be competitive. Pretty sure it's going to be down a couple of revs as well. But Still keeping in touch with the O2 Patterson. Patterson obviously leaking out. Internet's got going in his way. Grayson Truxler in the 54. Blue flag from him. The 9 of Miller's off the racetrack. Truxler lets Truxler lets Stewart by process, and we'll see what happened in the number 9 and Nick Miller. P7 in the process before he wrecked it. Truxler actually passes him in the process, so. Oh. Overcooked the corner and into the wall that number 9 went. That'll lose him position, obviously, to the 54 of Grayson Truxler. All points count here. And it's definitely making it interesting as a 39 of Falkingham moving the 54 out of the way. 54 causing a bit of havoc there for the 39 of Falkingham. Wants to pull himself forward. As I said, the 54 yet to pit. Truxler, or has he? Oh, it looks like he just has a pit. Miller's coming up on that 54, Grayson Truxler. Comes to the low side. We'll drive to the corner and the bottom. For 6th place, Miller takes over that spot. Pulls himself forward at the 54. "16 laps to go. Still about 25 minutes of racing remaining. All eyes are on how this is going to play out for this spot. Meantime, all Stewart has to do is just hit his marks and pull away with Falkingham, but Falkingham has closed the gap from 4 seconds down to 2.8. So now we just wait for any events to take place as we see Justin Johnson. Oh, yeah, he's just stopped. Go back on the crash cam and see if anything has happened to anyone else. Truxler now pits with 15 to go, being on lap number 31. So that will mean this is just going to be a one-stop race by the looks of it. Whoa, Derek getting sideways. P4. As This Truxler works himself around him. Even though the 66 torn up at all sorts of bits and pieces, running as strong as he can in that 66. Looks like staying out one lap later. He's working to Falkium's advantage. He's cutting the gap down. Now less to 2 seconds. I mean, less than 3 seconds, and it's down to 2.2. Stewart coming up on the 034, Dylan Basin. Easily working himself around the 13. There's Falkium as he flies by the screen. Basin moving out of the way of the 39 of Falkium. Again, just 11 cars on the racetrack as of right now. All the way to Stephen McGo, who's 8 laps down. Stewart's gap. Oh boy, it's shut down to now less than a second. So Falkium is starting to charge forward. But once he caught the 13, Stewart just, you know, kept it as defensive as he can. Coming up on some more lap traffic, the 09 of Stamp. Oh my gosh, Stewart spins it! No way! Nate Stewart goes around into 11. Was there contact being led up to it? No, just locked it down and wow. Around went Nate Stewart. And that will probably cost him the race, as he's now 4.3 seconds behind your race leader, the 39. Holy crap. Wow. Left with just 4 cars on the lead lap. Derek M. Smith in the 66. Obviously very damaged in this machine. So it'll probably be just a 3-horse race. End it out. Alright, so 10 laps to go. And yeah, there's just 10 laps to go. Not a lot to be said once all the battle is now extinguished itself. Closest battle is for actually P5 with Nick Miller and Dylan Basin. Also got a close battle here for P7. Mulrooney and Trexler. A bit close with each other as well, so. Currently, there's the gap between that number 34. I mean, the 034 Dylan Basin and number 9 Nick Miller. Not really going anywhere, but making the best of putting themselves out on the racetrack. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot to be learned off of this race. For all these drivers, especially running this long in a road course. Up the lead. Growing up. Now 5 seconds between the two. Looking here for the battle for 5th. There's Miller, and Miller just kills the corner. Both of them killed the corner. The gap lengthens to 3 seconds now between the two, but Miller's not giving up. There he is in the number 9. Yeah, now less than a second between these two. Pace and Miller. There's Miller. Sort of there. Number 9, Nick Miller. Slow. He's there, but not there at the same time. If that makes sense. Yep, now less than half a second between these two. This is one of the few battles that are going on through the racetrack now. Mulroney and Truxler are going to go at it here momentarily. As this fight for P5 really heating up there. Oh, Basin really overshot the corner. The gap for the lead is lengthening out for Daniel Falkingham. All he has to do is just log in 7 clean laps, and he'll be in picking up his second iSCAR win of the season. Meanwhile, here for P5. Finding out for a top 5 for all the marbles. As Miller works himself to the inside for the carousel. Oh, looks like Mason got to run off. Truxler has passed around the number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney. Meanwhile, Mulroney obviously having a lot of trouble getting himself through, as you see at 33. Justin Johnson. Getting himself out of the way. Still a lot of racing left. There's currently like 9 minutes of racing. Even though it's 6 laps, it's obviously takes about a minute and 40 to get yourself around here. Cloud cover coming out of nowhere. What in the world? This track is still 100 degrees out. Here as Beeson overshoots the corner, Miller to the bottom side of the racetrack. He gets loose as well, side by side for 5th place. Actually for 4th. Not going to go anywhere with it. that was, no, it wasn't Derek M. Smith. Thought it was, but it wasn't. A lot of lap traffic playing into these twos. And it's going crazy as of right now. Basin. Still rolling as nicely as it could. Here's the closest that 9's been. How will the 34 or Basin hold him off? Find out here soon. There's only now 4 laps left in the race. Miller's there. Who gets the power up off the corner? Oh, Miller, really big hiccup right there, and can't get the throttle down, and unfortunately it's going to cost him. But he works right back up to the 034. The denser the corners, the more I think he could work himself forward. And a lot of justice for it. Trexler and Mulrooney, the gap between those two is 4 seconds, so nothing really magical between there. Falkingham now takes him 3 to go. A lot of our eyes are still on 4th and 5th. There's gotta pan out. Side by side multiple times, but Mason electing to take care of his car. They keep it in 4th. Oh, got loose right there. Miller's gonna try to charge in. This is his chance. Works up right against the outside, trying to make the outside move. Miller, oh, he couldn't get the power down, but if he made that pass, that would have been impressive. He has a shot at him. Oh, Miller overshot it just a slight. Might have cost him just a slight. The gap's starting to lengthen between the two now. Oh, 34. Keeping it nice and steady for him. Leader hit 2 to go. laps remaining in this race. Miller is there. He's about turning the 034 every lap. Here we go side by side or they was gonna go side by side. Nope, they're gonna go side by side into the corner. Miller slips up just a slight. Is it gonna cost him? Basin lifts out. He's trying to go to the bottom side. A bit of crossover, not gonna work for him. And Miller finally takes over 4th place in the 034. We'll see if Basin can get back at him, but the leader in the meantime has taken the white flag. Falkingham has 1 more lap to go left in the race. That mistake by the 13 of Nate Stewart. Definitely a huge prospect of how this race turned out to be. You see the 0-2, Josh Patterson. Really haven't talked about him. He's been floating in and around, but obviously blinking issues on his part, playing to his favor. The final lap. For these two are underway. We'll see how Miller and Basin fly within each other. There are the S's. Number 39 of Falkingham just slowly and steadily trickling in himself through. That's basically all he needed to pick himself a good old W. It's going to be his second W in this series. He picked up his first at Michigan. It came in a photo finish, but here it's the complete contrast of it. And the number 39 of Daniel Falkingham. Checkered flag. He wins it here at Sonoma. And we look for the battle for 4th as it's still heating up between these two of Dylan Basin and Nick Miller. Nate Stewart going to come home in 2nd place, 13 seconds back. Patterson going to be in 3rd. Patterson, yeah, he's going to be in 3rd. Here we go. One final chance for Basin to make something happen. He's going to sail it into the corner. He has a quarter panel there. Yo, they make contact, and Basin's going to get the run off the corner. They're going to be side by side for right up off of 11, but Miller clears out Basin, and Basin made it interesting for Miller for that position, and Miller takes home 4th, and Basin comes in 5th. That was cool. But a last lap action between a couple of those people. But your winner, Daniel Falkingham, in the meantime, has no sweat. And he'll win it here tonight at Sonoma. Falkingham burning it down alongside with Nate Stewart. And your winner. Didn't lead all the laps, but he led 15 out of the 30. And picks it up here tonight. There's that number 13, Daniel not 13, Daniel Falkingham, Nate Stewart. Led the most amount of laps, but unfortunate to him, it just didn't go his way, and they're going to do double burnouts off of turn number 7. Congratulations to Falkingham, who picks it up here for tonight. We'll be right back right after this. Stay tuned, more to come as we work ourselves here. Coming around for interviews. If you're not just joining us here for this one, Sonoma 113, rounding ourselves out here from Sonoma Raceway, obviously. Getting set for interviews, and we're going to drag in your winner here for tonight. That number 39 of Daniel Falkiam. Into the booth he goes, and number 39 of Daniel Falkiam is going to pick up his second win in the Cup Series. Picked up his first at Michigan, but obviously here tonight, you had to work yourself around one of the faster cars, that number 13, Nate Stewart, but obviously he made a mistake coming into 11. All that pressure came down coming into that turn, and you pulled it off here tonight. Congratulations, man. What you have to say about the pass for the lead?
I'm just glad. Shout out to Nate. Also, by the way, we were actually in the same team speak together. You know, just talking during the race and whatnot. I could tell that. Or actually, I decided to give myself a challenge and to not qualify because I feel like I had the better pace than him, and I think it showed because on the long run I was able to get to his bumper. And around like lap 10, going up the hill through 1 and 2. My wheel configuration got screwed up, and I was actually driving with my wheel at like 10 o'clock or something, so I wasn't able to like drive the car as aggressive as I could have. So, yeah, when we both pitted, I decided to go a lap later, see what that would do, and then that's where I actually got my wheel fixed under that pit stop. Cost me a little bit of time, but we got that all fixed, and then I was running down Nate once again. I was running under his bumper, and then I think he felt the pressure, and I think he shifted way too slow, or he like just locked up the brakes pretty bad, and he just spun out, and luckily we were able to get around him, but then we gapped him by like 10 seconds. So I don't know if he just had that really good pace or unless his tires were shot after that. But yeah, overall it was a good race. I love Sonoma. I love road course racing. But boy, it was a handful tonight, especially with this tire model that we were running tonight. So yeah, it was definitely interesting to drive, but also a fun battle with Nate there.
Right, man, and of course, you mentioning the tire model here for tonight. Not usually standard here. Everybody trying to get used to it. How'd you adapt to this tire model?
Pretty much the main thing you had to do was just you couldn't push the tires over the limit. You had to. It's like like everyone says, you have to treat the throttle like an eggshell, where you can't like smash on it too hard, where you spin up the rear tires and you spin out. Because I almost did that a few times. I almost did that on the first lap actually. So, but yeah, you just had to wait for a few laps to get those tires up to temperature, get them warmed up, and then they were up at somewhat optimal grip. So, but even though they had the optimal temperature, we were still sliding sideways. So whatever we were in tonight was truly a driver's track tonight. So, and I think me and Nate showed that tonight.
Right.
And yeah, we pretty much gapped the field by a good bunch. I think we gapped like third place by like 50 seconds, like a minute or somewhat. So definitely showed the true pace that we had tonight.
Right, and you two definitely dominated this race here for this one. Otherwise than that, man, congratulations on your second W in the Cup Series. But before we let you go, any sponsor you want to thank here for tonight?
Yes, got to thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Got to thank you for putting on, for doing it, for creating this league and whatnot. Always have fun coming over, running with you guys. Just have fun. Even though I had some stupid circumstances last week that should have never happened, but can't control that. And also shout out to everyone who watched it, and also shout out to everyone who raced as well.
All right, and Daniel Falking, I'm going to round himself out at the top. I can't wait to see you coming next race, man.
Yep, thanks, Zeke.
That's Daniel Falking in the number 39. We're going to slide ourselves back to the number 13 and Nate Stewart in that number 13 machine. Nate, congratulations on your second place finish, but a late race mistake in turn number 11 cost you a chance at the win, man. What happened there in 11?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, unfortunate for you, Nate. But otherwise than that, you had to pull yourself up with a new tire model. Obviously, it playing into effect for this one. But Nate, what do you have to say about that?
Yeah.
All right, 10-4 Nate Stewart in that number 13 machine. Besides the tire model and such, how do you work yourself around strategy here for this one?
Maybe.
All right, man, 10-4. Congratulations on your second place finish here for tonight. Any sponsors you want to thank for this one?
Yeah.
All right.
U.S. Air Force, DJ Harris Designs. I want to thank Daniel for, racing me clean all race and stuff. It's unfortunate that I spun out. I just got too excited into the hairpin and wheel hopped and went around. So, but thank you for putting this on. Glad I was able to come out and stuff. And who knows, maybe you'll see me at Darlington tomorrow night. I haven't decided yet.
All right, man, 10-4. Nate Stewart going to round himself up top. Nate, congratulations on your second place finish. Can't wait to talk to you coming next race.
Peace out.
That was number 13 and Nate Stewart. And the 0-2 of Josh Patterson going to be rounded in third place. Patterson, you started all the way back in 9th place, but you're way far off the pace of those top two. But all you had to do was keep yourself on track, and here you are, P3, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Zeke. I only didn't until lap 40 because I kept lagging, so it just would not count my laps. So I was kind of off pace because of that, and that's why my best lap is so slow, because it was on 20 lap old tires.
Right, man. Obviously, blinking coming to you as a big issue for tonight, but luckily you kept yourself out of harm's way, and you rolled yourself to a P3 finish here for this one.
Yeah, I right in the early parts of the race, blinking was an issue. I went through Mulrooney, and apparently it spun him, which sucks. I'm still listening, but yeah, fun race. I was able to just stay out of harm's way, just stay, out of everybody's way. Felt like I was more just all alone most of the race compared to anybody else. I saw Derek a little bit, but then he got into the wall and then wrecked. So I don't know, kind of just stayed out of trouble. I think I had the least incidents of anybody that race. So yeah, I guess it worked out for third place.
All right, man. 10-4. Before we let you go, any sponsors you want to thank here for tonight's race?
Got to thank the Nova Sim Racing, everybody on there. Dylan Basin for racing with me. I got to thank everybody in the race for giving me a great race, and I got to thank you for broadcasting.
All right, man. 10-4. Josh Patterson going to round himself up top. Can't wait to see you coming next race, man.
All right, thanks, Zeke.
All right. That was Josh Patterson in P3, and we're going to slide him out of the booth, and that'll be all here for this one. Congratulations to that number 39 and Daniel Falkingham, who's going to round himself up top for this, for tonight's 45 lapper. Until next time, my name is Ezeckiel Reyes. We're going to be joined back at Darlington, South Carolina. Same time slot as usual, coming in on Sunday nights. So it should be a fun one from there for the throwback weekend for iSCAR in the Xfinity Series. Congratulations, Daniel Falkingham. As I said, we'll be right back tomorrow night. Peace out.